Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about hexes and curses and why you shouldn't do them. I personally don't believe in the 3 or tenfold rule or whatever it is. I'm Italian, so that doesn't apply to me. But I think that there are some other reasons why we shouldn't do them. Whenever somebody would cross me or do something negative to me and they knew what they were doing and acted like they didn't, there had been times when people would contact me later and say, hey, everything is going bad. This happened, that happened, and just the whole list of things. They were sick, and they would say, what did you do to me? And whatever I did, I'm sorry. And they knew what they did. Sometimes they would apologize individually for what it was, but they would think it was me. I have way too many other things to worry about than hexing somebody and putting that kind of energy, because if you know what kind of energy it takes to do that, it's practically a waste of time. Why would I give somebody that I don't want to care about anymore? Like, I'm still angry, but I don't want to invest any more time and energy in them than I already have. Why would I do that? So I have found other ways to work around hexes and curses. And I would step back and say, okay, what did I learn? What is it that I learned from this situation? Was it stronger boundaries? Was it to speak up for myself? Was it, if it's a love type situation, was it that I needed to love myself instead of validating myself through somebody that didn't treat me well or treat me right, or, that kind of thing? So I would go through that and think, what is it that I really want? And this is why I don't do love spells either, because why would I try to draw somebody in who doesn't want to be with me? I just don't see the point in that. So I would take whatever it is and I would work on that. Okay, so I need stronger boundaries so that when these kind of personalities are drawn to me, I can cut it off from the get-go. I need to be able to speak up for myself and realize that it's not being rude, that it is just, sometimes you need to speak up so that your voice is heard, and the right people will stick around and the wrong people will fall to the wayside. That's okay. And I would do rituals based on that, trying to uplift and enlighten myself rather than dragging somebody else down. Because if I'm focused on dragging somebody else down, I'm not focused on the next person who's showing up and repeating those patterns and behaviors. And that just makes sense to me. So yeah, I don't believe in the 3 or tenfold or whatever, but I do believe that it takes a lot more effort and energy than it's worth to do a hex. I mean, if I were to do something, I did back in the day when I was really impetuous and didn't know any better, but if I were to do something like that today, it would probably be a binding spell, if anything.